Well, this isn't quite planned, but yeah, Norton's broken again. I'm meant to be tidying that lot away in preparation for taking the shed down, but prioritise. And unfortunately for me, prioritising means make the motorbike work. So, now, I think I mentioned before the battery's about 1,000,000 years old. In fact, it was 2 batteries. Ooh. They're rather roughly taped together, wired up in parallel because they're both low ampage batteries, both 6 volts. So yeah, wire in parallel, keep the voltage the same and increase the ampage. Now, I presumed they were just knackered. I mean, they are knackered now, but it turns out it's not the battery's fault. All this lot down here, all this dusty stuff and whatnot, because I'd wrapped them in rags to stop them rattling, that's the battery acid. That's killed the rags. All that dust is. Should really get my tools out of it. So it has boiled them, which is worrying. So I just got a cheap battery. Just one, it's not the right shape, but it's 10 amp hour 6 volt battery, so it's got plenty in it for doing what this thing needs to do. But I didn't want to put an expensive battery on while I was checking things. If I fix it and that's fine, it can stay on. But I think it was like £13 or something off eBay, so I'm not expecting it to last long. So we've had a bit of a misfire as well. The condenser seems okay, but I might, it's probably past its best because we didn't actually do anything to it when the bike first came in. We cleaned up the points and then everything fired and worked. And the coil is horrendous. Well, it's okay. It reads reasonable, but not brilliant. But it is just what was on it, and it's very scabby, and the HT lead doesn't fit properly, and it's blue, so it looks horrendous. Almost as bad as the bits of blue towel holding the tank, which at some point they will get replaced. It's just on the list. The only problem with this list is every time something breaks, everything else gets put further down it. So I could just take it off the road and fix everything, but that's just boring. So we'll carry on and just put out fires as they come up. So I do have another coil. Now, there's every chance that the slight misfire incurred is absolutely nothing to do with the coil, the points, the condenser, or any of that nonsense. It could be because those batteries were fried and doing things like that, because it does need an amp or 2 in there of actual functioning battery for the ignition system. Now, the thing did charge, and charged on tick over, and charged lovely as you built the lights up. Like, built the lights up, idiot. Built the revs up. But as soon as the lights are turned on, just like this stupidly bright ones behind me, things went terribly wrong. No matter how hard you rev the thing, you could not make that ammeter stay above 0. I really didn't think I was going to make it home the other night, because it was somewhat dark, and if I let the engine revs drop, so say I was coming up to a junction, something like that, I had to turn the lights off, otherwise the engine would cut out. So it made for an interesting ride home at night. Yeah. Like I said, charge is lovely without the lights on. As soon as you turn them on, it doesn't. Now, that's the joys of these Lucas switches. Of course, the way this is set up, because we have another one here, not all of the poles on the windings, this one came with the replacement rotor, it did. It's reasonable figures, not brilliant, and as you can see it is a bit scorched, but if mine's fried, then a little bit tired is better than what I've got. So yeah, it doesn't engage all the poles at once, and as you turn more things on the bike, like side lights and then main beam, it engages the others. And I don't think the windings for when the lights are on are actually working. So I've disconnected her and I've put the multimeter from each one to earth on ohms, and on 2 of them I'm getting a reasonable resistance, and on the 3rd one I am getting absolutely nothing. And again if you measure the resistance across the wires, you're getting a very low resistance, but you're not meant to get a high one when you're doing it across them. Across 2 of them, and then the 3rd one doesn't go anywhere. So I think we've got a dead coil in there. I think. Only one way to find out, isn't there? Alright. I'll whip the primary off and have a look. Bring you back when it's in pieces. Okay. I think this is a yeah, easy enough problem to find. Expensive to fix, but easy to find, you know. Wins and losses, swings and roundabouts. Now I'll try and get it set up so you can see what's going on. But these are all very, very loose. The coils were a little bit loose when I first got it, and it was sort of ain't broke, don't fix. But as you can see, the insulation's broken away. I say, as you can see, it's getting rather dull in here. I mean, this bit's flapping around. And I can alter how much resistance I'm getting across these coils via the multimeter by wiggling them, which would explain why I go from having lots and lots of electricity and chucking battery acid everywhere to no electricity and worried I'm not going to make it home and struggling to keep the bike running. So yeah, I'll try and get this set up if I can. If I sort of stick you guys about there-ish. Can you see the multimeter? Why I'm asking you, I don't know, because you can't respond. Right, so can we just about see everything we need to see? Yeah, that'll do, won't it? So I've got one end of the multimeter going to earth. Let's just pick one of these. So we've got absolutely no reading. If I pick the correct coil, there we go, and wiggle it about, you can see, yeah, loads of resistance, no resistance. If I wiggle that again, we're now in minus, and now we're back in positive, and it's just silly readings all over the place. And if I can find the coil it's paired up to, yeah, we go, that one, yeah, I can do it again there, because of course there's 3 phases, 6 windings, so they are paired together. Yeah, and if I wiggle them around, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work, sometimes they do a bit of everything. So let's try his mate. That one doesn't do anything. No. Oh yeah, so that's that one. And wiggle that one around, and sometimes it comes and sometimes it goes. So that one is his mate. That's not doing anything. So then if we try this wire, nothing. That should be this coil, and this is, oh, there we go, it's come and it's gone again. So yeah, one knackered set of windings. Alrighty, well, let's get you a better shot somewhere around there. I think this is my spare alternator. She's a little bit rough around the edges, but she isn't going to work, because I don't know how well we can see, but this metal clip has chafed through this insulation, so these wires are bare against there, bare against there, almost rhymes. So we're going to have to do something about that. It's probably why this is also scorched. It's probably in itself halfway to being burnt out, but halfway to burnt out is a lot better than burnt out. So I'm going to remove this clip, and we'll just see how bad these wires are, and hopefully put a bit of insulation on them, and we should be good to go. Oh dear, can I do that with these? we go. Don't let anyone think I've done that before. So that is essentially just a big split pin, spring clip, and it should, you'll just pull it out, and it'll have a little washer under there, which is that one, and that's all that holds these. But you can probably see it's not over clear really on the screen, but there's a couple of spots where the insulation's just broken through. I'll see about doing something in the way of repairing that lot, and then we'll pop it on and see if it works. Okay, so there we go. I've cut off the old insulation and the tape and whatnot, and I've insulated these individually, then bundled them together and put some more heat shrink round. We've only gone up to there for now. I don't want to do the whole blooming lot and turn out that it's a load of rubbish, so that's enough to get it out of the primary casing and into fresh air. So let's plumb the thing in and see if we're doing anything. Wish me luck. Okay, so it's starting to get a bit dark where the bike is. So I've just thrown a coil at it in its general direction. It's sort of hanging off the side. So we'll fire it up and we'll see what it's doing as regards charging. No other clicking, I'm just messing about with this, trying to get it on a respectable setting to start with. There we go. Right, let's get the thing running. So yeah, ignition's drawing nicely. Nothing's going to catch, is it? Positive charge there. Superb. Let's turn some lights on and see what happens. There we go, lights are on. We're still charging. That light seems fitting. Always has been though. We'll worry about that later. Even at low revs there, you can see we've got a bit of positive charge. Oops, when it drops that low, it's not. Right then, well let's see about checking the charging rate. If it'll keep running. Which it won't. So, I'll wire this in, and then we'll fire it back up, and just see what it's doing. Okay, so we've got it warmed up a bit now. So, let's see what we're getting. That's not too bad for just above tick over, is it? I'll try and get you a better view. The red up a bit. bit better, isn't it? Turn it off, whereas the electric key inside just been using a little screwdriver. Saves me losing another key. There we go. So, that was definitely charging well with the lights on, wasn't it? Which is a nice thing to see. It might actually be possible to see in the dark now. Well, yeah, see at night. So, just got to tidy that little mess up now and make it presentable and make it work. Well, if it works, make it presentable and put it back together. Although, you probably did hear, she's still got a bit of a misfire. So, I think we might have the condenser breaking down. Because it's got the same misfire with two different coils. That's the one I took off it. That's a scabby thing. Scabby HT lead. Then at the minute, oh god, you'll not be able to see. Let's find a light. There you go. It's just chucked down there for now, just so we could fire it up before we got too dark. It's not brand new, but it's definitely newer than the one we took off, and it's still got a bit of a misfire. So yeah, I might have a look at the condenser. Probably just put another one in, because the condenser is, oh, can we see it in this light? Just there. Ooh. Not got enough fingers to hold everything. Try it that way around. Just there. That's your condenser. And a bit of an awkward spot on these. Bit of a pain. And I said you've got to pull all that lot out and cock up your timing to change it. So I might just put another one in on the side of the coil and just see if that makes any difference. But yeah, for now I think that'll do. We now have electric. We can travel places again. So, like I said, I'll tidy this lot up. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!